Being diagnosed with dementia is one of the most feared health conditions for older adults. But there are real benefits to pursuing a dementia evaluation and diagnosis. Katie Bridge with Orlando Health's Memory Disorder Clinic is here to explain why receiving an early diagnosis of dementia is beneficial. And Katie, this is such a timely subject. And, you know, people, I think, have that fear. That's the word you and I have talked about off camera. You know, why do people avoid getting that assessment?
Well, like you said, Carol, it's a real fear. It's a major fear and anxiety that comes over you. And a lot of it's because people have witnessed their loved ones live with this disease, and they're really afraid that that will happen to them. Or they aren't sure there's really much that can be done. And so they're just sort of living in the fear.
It's one of those situations where, you know, if you break your leg, we put your leg in a cast. Or if you have some internal organ disease, you'll have medication or something. And dementia is one of those things that people delay getting assessed for. Now, we talk about mostly seniors here, but is it also for folks under 65?
It can be. There is a smaller set of individuals that might develop dementia at a younger age, and that is extremely difficult as well.
Because that's it too. We hear about those cases of, oh, someone, you know, maybe in their 40s or even earlier that have that diagnosis. But that's something, the benefit of an early diagnosis. Now, that's why you're here. You're the champion of go ahead and get that assessment. So what are some of the benefits if somebody will do that?
Well, we are able to create a care plan with you if you come in early. You're really in the driver's seat. So you work with the doctor, your care team on deciding what treatments you want. You can decide what kind of medical wishes you have, legal wishes. You can work with an elder care attorney. You can set up decisions regarding your finances, you know, all those things that are really important. And then, of course, there's clinical trials. So some people with this diagnosis, early stage especially, have a lot of options on clinical trials, and they get to decide if they want to participate in them. And then a brain healthy lifestyle is so important with this diagnosis and without it. But with the diagnosis, it really puts it in the forefront. So we can talk to you about, let's talk about how we can get you in that brain healthy lifestyle. Let's engage your brain. Let's get you healthy eating, exercising, socializing, and really that's a big help. Right.
I think in the past, folks have had that feeling of, well, there's nothing I can do. This is how it is. It's going to get worse, and you know that's the end. And there's really nothing in those early stages that can be done. So I understand there's lots of really great programs like support groups and art and fitness programs. So what do those involve?
We're so lucky here in Central Florida. We have a lot of options. I call them early engagement groups. So people with this early diagnosis can get involved in, as you mentioned, arts, activities, music, and they're set up for people living with this diagnosis. So there's some comfortability with that. Exercise, educational opportunities. So you can learn about all these different things that affect you with this diagnosis, and your family can learn about it. Support groups. There's really a lot of opportunities.
And I'm sure there's probably support groups not only for the person dealing with the dementia, but for their immediate family or their caregivers too.
Absolutely. We really look at the whole family when we talk about this, and so we want to talk about what does the family need as well.
So, alrighty, we've kind of come to that conclusion. All right, I listened to you. I'm going to, you know, have my spouse, have my mom or my dad assessed. So where do they go? Kind of what's involved?
Well, we're really lucky. Again, we have 17 memory disorder clinics in Florida, state designated, and 3 in Central Florida, Orlando Health, Advent Health in Orlando, and then Melbourne has Health First. And these are comprehensive assessment centers, so they have doctors, social workers, nurses that specialize in assessing dementia. And those are wonderful resources. And always talk to your primary care. You know, sometimes that's just an easier route for people, and that I would always encourage.
That's your first step.
Yeah.
And so, Katie, thanks so much for explaining why it is so critical to seek a diagnosis if you're experiencing the symptoms of Alzheimer's or another type of dementia. Great information. Thank you.
Thank you.